God broke every block that stopped this message from reaching you. God says, "It's finally here. This was always yours. Don't miss it now." I removed every barrier that tried to silence this moment, and I made sure these words reached you because what is unfolding now carries a turning point you cannot afford to ignore. This is not random timing, and this is not something you stumbled upon by chance, because I guided your steps and cleared the unseen resistance that tried to delay what belongs to you. What you are hearing now is confirmation that a long-awaited shift has arrived, and it holds something that has always been set aside in your name. If you scroll past this or dismiss it, you risk overlooking a moment that carries change, restoration, and a door that does not stay open forever. Stay here and receive it fully, because this is where clarity begins and where what has been waiting for you starts to unfold in your life. Type Amen if you believe. I am telling you plainly that the waiting season you have endured was never empty, even when it felt slow and confusing. What is now arriving was always assigned to you, but it could not reach you until certain things were removed, certain delays were broken, and certain paths were aligned. You have felt resistance, and you have felt moments where progress seemed blocked, yet those obstacles were not stronger than my will for your life. I have been working behind what you could not see, rearranging circumstances and removing what stood in the way, because what belongs to you cannot be lost. This is why you are here right now, because I made sure that timing would meet you at the exact point where you are ready to receive and recognize what is yours. Within your heart, you have carried a quiet knowing that something greater was meant for you, even when your surroundings suggested otherwise. That knowing was not imagination, and it was not false hope, because it came from me and it remained with you through every delay. Now the moment you have been sensing is no longer distant, because it is arriving in a form you can step into. What you once thought was slipping away is now returning in a clearer, stronger way, and it will not pass you by unless you choose to ignore it. I am calling your attention to it now so you can step forward without hesitation and without doubt. Take a second and like this video to receive what is already prepared for you. I know how many times you felt overlooked, and I know how often you questioned whether things would ever change in your favor. There were moments when it seemed like doors stayed closed no matter how much effort you gave, and you wondered if what you hoped for would ever come. Those experiences were real, but they were not final, and they did not define your outcome. I allowed certain delays because timing matters and alignment matters, and now both are meeting you in this moment. What is coming is not rushed and not incomplete, because it has been shaped through patience, growth, and preparation that you went through without fully understanding. There is something important you must understand clearly, and that is this was always yours from the beginning. It was not something you needed to chase endlessly or prove yourself worthy of, because I already marked it for you before you even knew it existed. The delays were not signs of denial, but part of positioning you correctly so that when it arrives, you will recognize it and handle it with wisdom. If it had come earlier, you might have overlooked its value or missed its purpose, but now you are in a place where you can receive it fully. This is why I am telling you not to miss it now, because the window is opening with clarity. You may feel a mixture of excitement and hesitation rising within you, because stepping into something new often brings both hope and uncertainty. That feeling is natural, but you must not let hesitation hold you back when I am clearly guiding you forward. What I am placing before you is not meant to confuse you or harm you, but to elevate you and bring you into what you were meant to experience. You do not need to have every detail figured out before you take the next step, because I am leading you one step at a time. Trust that I am present in this movement, and trust that I will not lead you into something that is not aligned with your good. Type 1111 if you trust my timing. The truth is that many things tried to interfere with this moment reaching you, including doubt, fear, and even distractions that pulled your attention away. There were forces that attempted to delay your awareness and keep you from recognizing what was being prepared. Yet none of those attempts was stronger than my decision to bring this into your life at the right time. I broke through those blocks so you could see clearly and understand that this is not something to overlook. You are not behind, and you are not late, because you are standing at the exact point where this is meant to meet you. The things that used to feel blocked will begin to move with less resistance, and you will notice how certain paths open without the same struggle you once faced. This is not coincidence, because I am aligning what surrounds you with what I have already placed inside you. When inner readiness meets the right moment, what is meant to happen begins to unfold naturally and without confusion. There is something forming around you that requires your attention and your willingness to move forward with trust. You may not see the full picture yet, but you will begin to recognize patterns that confirm you are on the right path. I do not lead you into uncertainty without also providing guidance, even if that guidance comes one step at a time. You will not be left guessing without direction, because I am walking with you through each stage of what is coming. When you feel unsure, return to the quiet assurance that brought you here, because that is where my voice continues to speak to you. Can 9 simple words really change your financial life? More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. Brain experts were shocked when they discovered this password works up to 20x faster than the law of attraction. People are repeating it daily and watching money flow like water into their lives. Some even believe the results are so powerful, it feels divine. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You have grown more than you realize, and the version of you that stands here now is not the same as the one who first started this journey. The challenges you faced shaped your strength, and the waiting refined your understanding in ways you could not see at the time. What once overwhelmed you no longer holds the same power, because you have been prepared to handle what is ahead. This preparation is part of why this moment could not arrive earlier, because you needed to become someone who could receive it fully. Now that you have reached this point, the door is opening with purpose and clarity. Type yes to affirm. As you move forward, you will notice that not everything around you will remain the same, and that is necessary for what is coming to take its place. Some things will naturally fall away, and some connections will shift, because they are no longer aligned with where you are being led. This is not loss in the way it may seem at first, but a clearing that allows space for what belongs in this new season. Holding on to what no longer fits will only create resistance, so you must allow change to happen without fear. Trust that I am removing what cannot support where you are going, so that what can support you will come in its place. There is also a new sense of clarity that will begin to guide your decisions, even in situations where you once felt unsure. You will start to feel a stronger pull toward what is right for you, and a clearer understanding of what no longer serves you. This clarity is not something you need to force, because it will rise within you as you continue to move forward. Pay attention to it, because it is one of the ways I guide you without confusion. When something feels aligned and steady, do not question it unnecessarily, because it is part of the path unfolding for you. You must also release the idea that everything has to look perfect before you take action, because perfection is not what I require from you. What I ask is your willingness to step forward with trust, even when you do not have every answer. Waiting for everything to be certain will only delay what is already ready for you, and you have already spent enough time in waiting. This is the moment where movement matters more than hesitation, and where trust carries you further than doubt ever could. Each step you take will reveal more, and each moment you choose trust will strengthen your path. There will be moments where your mind tries to bring back old fears, reminding you of past disappointments or outcomes that did not go as you hoped. Those thoughts do not define your present, and they do not have authority over what is happening now. You are not stepping into the same situations that once caused you pain, because this is a different season with a different outcome. I am not repeating what hurt you, but leading you into something that restores and builds. Let go of the need to compare what is coming with what has already passed, because they are not the same. Type 222 if you trust me. What is ahead carries not only change but also growth that continues beyond this moment, and you will find yourself becoming more confident in ways that feel natural. You will no longer second-guess every decision or question your ability to move forward, because you will begin to trust what is being placed within you. This confidence does not come from external validation, but from the understanding that you are being guided with purpose. When you know you are not walking alone, fear begins to lose its hold and hesitation starts to fade. This is the confidence that will carry you through what is unfolding. You will also begin to recognize opportunities that once went unnoticed, because your perspective is shifting along with your path. What seemed small before will now reveal its value, and what seemed unclear will begin to make sense. This is part of how I expand your awareness so that you can see beyond what you once focused on. Growth changes how you perceive what is around you, and with that change comes new possibilities. Stay open to what you see and feel, because it is part of the direction you are being led toward. There is a sense of restoration that is also coming with this shift, and it will touch areas of your life that felt delayed or incomplete. What seemed lost will begin to return in a form that is stronger and more aligned with who you have become. This is not about going back to what was, but about receiving something better than what you thought you had lost. I restore in ways that bring greater understanding and deeper fulfillment, not just surface changes. What you are about to receive carries that kind of restoration, and it will speak for itself as it unfolds. Continue to stay present in this moment, because this is where everything begins to take shape in a way you can recognize. Do not rush ahead with worry about what comes next, and do not look back with regret about what has already passed. Right now is where your focus belongs, because right now is where you are being guided. As you remain present, you will notice how things begin to align step by step, without the confusion that once surrounded you. This clarity is not temporary, but a sign that you are moving in the direction that was always meant for you. What you feel right now is the beginning of a longer shift that will carry into areas of your life you have not even considered yet. I am not giving you something small or temporary, but something that continues to expand as you walk forward with trust. When you stay connected to this movement, you will begin to see how each step builds upon the last in a way that feels natural and guided. What if attracting wealth didn't require hard work, just the right words? This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free, financially free individuals. Scientists say each of these 9 words activates a hidden abundance center deep in your brain. People are using it from home and seeing results in just weeks. It was never meant for the public, and now that it's out, the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There will be moments when you look around and realize that things are not as they used to be, and that realization may feel both surprising and grounding at the same time. You are not imagining this change, and you are not forcing it to happen, because it is unfolding through my direction. What once felt stuck is now gaining movement, and what once felt uncertain is beginning to settle into clarity. This is the evidence that what I spoke to you is real and active in your life. You are not waiting anymore in the same way, because you have entered a phase where things begin to respond to your presence and your decisions. As you continue, you will notice that your inner voice becomes stronger and more steady, guiding you in ways that feel clear and direct. This is not confusion speaking to you, but alignment taking shape within you. When you feel that sense of knowing, do not ignore it or push it aside, because it is one of the ways I lead you forward. You do not need to look outside for constant confirmation when I am already placing it within you. Trust what rises in you with peace, because that peace is part of how you recognize what is right for you. When something feels grounded and calm, it is not by accident, but by design. Type 777 to receive blessings. You must also understand that this path will require you to release hesitation in ways you may not be used to. There will be moments where you are invited to step forward without having complete certainty, and in those moments, trust becomes your strength. Waiting for every detail to be revealed before you move will only slow what is already ready to unfold. I am not asking you to move blindly, but to move with faith in what you have already been shown. When you take a step, I will meet you in that step and reveal what comes next with clarity. There may be people around you who do not fully understand what is happening in your life, and that is something you must accept without allowing it to shake your confidence. Not everyone is meant to see what you see or feel what you feel, because this path is personal and intentional. You do not need approval from others to walk in what I have given you, because my guidance is enough. When you stay focused on what I am leading you into, the opinions that once affected you will begin to lose their influence. This is how you grow into a place of quiet strength that does not depend on external validation. At the same time, you will begin to notice new connections and new support entering your life in ways that feel aligned with your direction. These are not random encounters, but part of how I bring the right people into your path at the right time. You will feel a sense of ease in these connections, because they will not carry the same confusion or tension you may have experienced before. Pay attention to how these interactions feel, because they will help you recognize what belongs in this new season. When something feels steady and supportive, it is a sign that it is meant to remain. There is also a deeper sense of purpose rising within you, and it will begin to shape how you approach your decisions and your actions. You will no longer feel drawn to things that once distracted you, because your focus is shifting toward what truly matters. This is not something you need to force, because it will happen naturally as you continue to align with what I am doing in your life. Your priorities will become clearer, and your energy will follow what is meaningful rather than what is temporary. This is how you step into a life that feels intentional and guided. Type 1010 to claim miracles. You are also being strengthened in ways that go beyond what you can see, and that strength will carry you through moments that once would have caused you to pause. You will find yourself responding differently to challenges, because you are no longer approaching them from the same place. What once felt overwhelming will now feel manageable, because you have grown into someone who can face it with clarity and calm. This strength is not something you created on your own, but something that has been built within you over time. Now it is becoming visible through how you move and how you respond. There will be times when you reflect on where you were and realize how far you have come, and those moments will remind you that this journey has been shaping you all along. Nothing you went through was wasted, and nothing you endured was without purpose. Each experience added something to you that is now helping you step into what is before you. When you understand this, you will no longer question why things took time, because you will see how everything was connected. This awareness will give you peace and confidence as you continue forward. Stay grounded in the present as you move ahead, because this is where you remain connected to what I am doing in your life. Do not allow your mind to rush too far ahead or drift too far back, because both can pull you away from what is happening now. Right here is where you are being guided, and right here is where things are aligning in your favor. When you stay present, you will notice how each step becomes clearer and more certain. This is how you move forward without confusion, even when you do not have every answer. What is unfolding is not something fragile or uncertain, but something steady that continues to build as you walk with trust. You do not need to fear losing it or missing it when you remain attentive and open to what I am showing you. Why are neuroscientists calling this a wealth trigger? Because over 19,547 people are already using this 9-word password, and their lives are changing fast. Unexpected deposits, cleared debts, a completely upgraded lifestyle. Scientists say it taps into a 150 million-year-old brain system that controls abundance and financial flow. It's already changed the lives of thousands in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You may still feel moments of hesitation rise within you, but they no longer have the same power they once did. That is because something deeper has been established inside you, something steady that reminds you that you are being guided. When you lean into that steadiness, you will feel how it holds you, even when your thoughts try to pull you in different directions. There is a quiet confidence forming within you that does not need to be loud to be strong. You will begin to notice how you respond differently to situations that once unsettled you. Instead of reacting with fear or doubt, you will find yourself pausing with a sense of calm that feels new but natural. This is not something you are forcing, but something that has been built within you over time through everything you have experienced. I am strengthening your foundation so that what comes next does not shake you but supports you. You will also see that the things that once distracted you are losing their pull. What used to take your attention away from what matters is no longer as appealing, because your focus is shifting toward what is aligned with your purpose. This shift is not something you need to question, because it is part of how you move into what has been prepared for you. When your focus changes, your direction becomes clearer, and when your direction becomes clearer, your steps become more intentional. This is how you move forward without confusion, even when everything is not fully revealed. Type 1212 if you trust in me. There is a deeper awareness growing in you that allows you to recognize what belongs and what does not. You will begin to sense when something is right for you without needing external confirmation. This awareness will guide you away from what would drain your energy and lead you toward what strengthens you. You may notice that certain choices become easier, not because they are simple, but because you know what aligns with where you are going. This is how clarity begins to shape your path in a way that feels natural and steady. At the same time, you must allow yourself to release the weight of past disappointments that still try to linger in your thoughts. Those experiences may have left an impression, but they do not define your present or your future. What I am bringing into your life is not connected to those past outcomes, because it carries a different purpose and a different result. Holding on to those memories as if they will repeat will only create unnecessary hesitation. Let them go, because what is ahead of you is not a repetition of what has already passed. There is also a sense of renewal that is taking place within you, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. You may feel lighter in ways that do not come from external changes, but from something shifting inside you. This renewal is part of how I prepare you to receive what is yours without resistance. When you are renewed, you are able to step forward without carrying what no longer serves you. This is not just about what you gain, but also about what you release so that you can move freely. you will begin to notice that your decisions carry a different weight, because you are no longer acting from uncertainty. Each choice you make will feel more intentional, and each step will feel more aligned with your direction. This does not mean you will never face challenges, but it means you will approach them from a place of strength rather than fear. I am not removing every obstacle, but I am equipping you to move through them with clarity. When you understand this, you will no longer feel overwhelmed by what stands in front of you. Type 777 to receive what is yours. As you continue on this path, you will also see how certain doors open in ways you did not expect. Opportunities will appear that align with what you have been prepared for, and you will recognize them without confusion. These are not random chances, but moments that have been positioned for you to step into. When you see them, do not hesitate or second-guess yourself, because they are part of what has always been meant for you. Trust that I am guiding you into these moments with purpose. There will be times when you reflect on how far you have come and feel a sense of gratitude for the journey that brought you here. Even the parts that were difficult will begin to make sense in a way they did not before. You will see how each experience added something to you that is now helping you move forward. This understanding will give you peace, because it will show you that nothing was wasted. Everything you went through has contributed to who you are now. Stay present as you move forward, because this is where you remain connected to what I am doing in your life. Do not let your thoughts pull you too far ahead or too far back, because both can distract you from what is happening now. Right here is where you are being guided, and right here is where things are aligning for you. When you stay present, you will notice how each step becomes clearer and more certain. This is how you move forward with confidence, even when you do not have every detail. What is unfolding in your life is not something fragile that can be easily taken away, because it is rooted in something deeper than circumstances. I am establishing something within you that will continue to grow as you walk forward. The weight that once followed you is beginning to lift, and in its place you will notice a sense of steadiness that remains even when situations are not perfect. I am not only changing what is around you, but also strengthening what is within you, so that you can carry what is being given to you. When both of these come together, you step into something that is not easily shaken. A leaked 9-word password is quietly transforming people's financial lives. More than 19,000 people have already used it to attract wealth, freedom, and peace. People are using it daily from their couch and reporting real financial breakthroughs. Scientists say it activates deep brain pathways linked to money, working far faster than traditional methods. This was once hidden by elites, and now it's spreading too fast. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There will be moments when you realize that your reactions are no longer the same as they used to be, and that change will remind you that you have grown. Where there was once fear, there is now a quiet strength that holds you steady. Where there was once confusion, there is now a clearer sense of direction that guides you without noise. This is how you will know that what is happening is real, because it will show itself not only in your circumstances but in your responses. You are not returning to who you were, because you have moved beyond that point. You may also begin to see how certain situations that once seemed complicated are now becoming simpler in ways you did not expect. This is because clarity is removing the unnecessary layers that once made everything feel overwhelming. When you see things clearly, your decisions become easier and your path becomes more direct. I am bringing that clarity into your life so that you can move forward without the confusion that once slowed you down. When clarity leads, hesitation loses its place. Type 1111 if you walk by faith. There is a deeper peace settling into your life, and it will not depend on everything being perfect around you. This peace comes from knowing that you are not walking alone, and that what is unfolding is not random. Even when challenges appear, they will not disturb you in the same way, because you will feel a steady presence guiding you through them. This is the kind of peace that does not disappear when circumstances change, because it is rooted in something greater. When you carry this peace, you move differently, and you see differently. You will also notice that your perspective is changing, and with that change comes a new way of understanding what happens around you. Things that once frustrated you will no longer hold the same power, because you will see beyond the surface. This does not mean everything becomes easy, but it means you are no longer controlled by what you cannot control. You will begin to focus on what matters and release what does not. And this will bring a sense of freedom you have not felt before. When your perspective shifts, your entire experience begins to change. There will be times when you feel a strong pull to move in a certain direction, even if it does not make complete sense at first. That pull is not confusion, but guidance that is leading you step by step. You do not need to understand everything immediately, because understanding will come as you move. Trust what you feel when it comes with peace, because that is how you recognize the path that is right for you. When you follow that guidance, you will see how everything begins to align in ways you could not have planned. You must also remember that not everyone will understand what is happening in your life, and that is something you need to accept without letting it affect your confidence. This journey is personal, and it is not meant to be explained to everyone around you. Some will see the changes and question them, but their understanding is not required for you to move forward. What matters is that you remain aligned with what you are being shown. When you stay focused, outside opinions will lose their influence. Type 333 to receive peace. There is also a sense of restoration continuing to unfold, and it will touch areas of your life that once felt incomplete. What you thought was lost or delayed will begin to appear in a new and better form. This is not about returning to what was, but about receiving something that fits who you have become. I restore in ways that bring growth, not just comfort, and what you receive will reflect that. When restoration comes, it brings a deeper sense of fulfillment that lasts. As you move forward, you will begin to notice opportunities that feel aligned with your direction and your purpose. These opportunities will not feel forced or confusing, but natural and clear. You will recognize them without needing constant reassurance, because they will match the clarity you now carry within you. When you see them, do not hesitate or delay, because they are part of what has been prepared for you. Step into them with confidence, knowing that you are being guided. You will also find that your energy is no longer drawn toward things that drain you, because your focus is shifting toward what builds you. This change is not something you need to force, because it will happen naturally as you continue on this path. When your energy is aligned, you begin to move in a way that feels intentional and steady. You are no longer pulled in every direction, but guided toward what truly matters. This is how you begin to live with purpose rather than confusion. Stay grounded in this moment as you continue forward, because this is where everything is unfolding for you. Do not let your mind rush ahead or drift back, because both can take you away from what is happening now. Right here is where you are being guided, and right here is where things are aligning in your favor. When you stay present, you will notice how each step becomes clearer and more certain. This is how you move forward with confidence, even when every detail is not revealed. What is unfolding in your life is not something temporary, but something that continues to build as you walk forward. You do not need to fear losing it, because it is not something that can be easily taken away. I am establishing something within you that will continue to grow and strengthen over time. There is a steady shift happening in how you see yourself, and this is just as important as what is changing around you. You are no longer viewing your life through the same lens that once limited your understanding. You are beginning to recognize your value in a deeper way, not because of what others say, but because of what I have placed within you. This recognition is not pride, but clarity, and it allows you to move forward without doubting your place. When you see yourself clearly, you stop shrinking in moments where you are meant to rise. What secret did elites use to attract wealth so easily? A simple 9-word password now leaked to the public. People are using it daily and watching money flow into their lives like never before. Scientists say it activates an ancient brain system tied directly to abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. It's already helped thousands become debt-free in just weeks. But this breakthrough is under pressure and may disappear at any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You will notice that situations that once caused you to hesitate are no longer holding you back in the same way. Instead of pausing in fear, you will feel a quiet push forward that encourages you to take the next step. This is not pressure, but guidance, and it comes from a place that knows where you are being led. You do not need to force yourself into movement, because the desire to move will come naturally. When you follow that, you will begin to see how things unfold in a way that feels right. Type 555 if you are ready. There is also a deeper sense of alignment forming between your thoughts and your actions. What you believe is starting to reflect in what you do, and this creates a consistency that strengthens your path. You are no longer divided between doubt and trust in the same way, because trust is beginning to take the lead. This does not mean doubt will never appear, but it means it will no longer control your decisions. When your actions align with your trust, you move forward with a sense of purpose that carries you through uncertainty. You may also begin to notice that your environment is responding differently to you, and this is not by chance. As you change, what surrounds you begins to shift as well, because alignment affects more than just your internal world. You will see new opportunities, new conversations, and new directions opening up in ways that feel natural. This is how I bring change into your life, not by force, but through alignment that unfolds step by step. When you stay in that alignment, you allow things to come together without unnecessary struggle. There will be moments where you reflect on your past and see how far you have come, and those moments will remind you that growth has been taking place all along. What once felt like setbacks were actually part of your preparation, even if you did not understand it at the time. You are now standing in a place where that preparation is beginning to show its purpose. This is why you must not look back with regret, because everything has contributed to where you are now. When you understand this, you move forward with gratitude instead of doubt. You must also remain aware that not everything will move at the same pace, and that is something you need to accept without frustration. Some things will come quickly, while others will take time to fully develop, and both are part of the process. I am not rushing what needs to grow, because growth requires space and time to become complete. When you trust this, you will not feel anxious when something does not happen immediately. You will understand that what is meant for you is unfolding in the right way. Type 888 to receive abundance. There is also a deeper level of peace settling into your life, and it will begin to influence how you respond to everything around you. You will not feel the same urgency to control every outcome, because you will trust that what is happening is guided. This peace is not something that depends on everything being perfect, but something that remains even when things are still unfolding. When you carry this peace, you move with a calm strength that allows you to handle situations without being overwhelmed. This is how you remain steady in the middle of change. You will also begin to recognize that your time and energy are becoming more valuable to you, and you will naturally start to protect them. What once felt acceptable may no longer feel right, because you are becoming more aware of what supports your growth and what does not. This awareness will guide you in making choices that reflect your direction rather than pulling you away from it. When you protect your energy, you create space for what truly matters to grow. This is part of how you step into a life that feels intentional and aligned. As you continue forward, you will notice that your confidence is no longer based on external validation. You will not need constant reassurance from others to know that you are on the right path. This confidence comes from the understanding that you are being guided and that what is unfolding is not random. When you carry this understanding, you move differently and you make decisions without second-guessing yourself. This is how you grow into a place of quiet certainty that does not depend on outside approval. Stay grounded in what is happening now, because this is where your strength continues to build. Do not allow your thoughts to pull you into fear about what has not happened yet or what could go wrong. Focus on what is in front of you, because that is where you are being guided. When you stay present, you will notice how each step becomes clearer and more certain. This is how you move forward without confusion, even when you do not have every answer. This strength is not loud or forceful, but steady and certain, and it carries you forward even when you do not notice it at first. When you pause and reflect, you will see that you are no longer standing in the same place you once were. There is a quiet shift happening in your identity, and it is shaping the way you see yourself and your path. You are no longer defining yourself by past limitations or by what did not work out before. Instead, you are beginning to recognize who you are becoming, and that recognition brings a sense of clarity that cannot be easily shaken. This is not something that changes overnight, but something that grows stronger with every step you take. As you continue, you will find that your confidence is no longer dependent on circumstances, but on the understanding that you are being guided with purpose. You will also notice that your thoughts are becoming more aligned with what is true, rather than what fear tries to suggest. Where there was once doubt, there is now a growing sense of assurance that keeps you steady. This does not mean that uncertainty will never appear, but it means it will not have the same influence over you. You are learning to recognize the difference between fear and guidance, and that awareness is helping you make better decisions. When you follow what feels steady and clear, you move in the direction that is meant for you. Type 444 to stay aligned. There is also a deeper level of patience forming within you, and it will help you move through moments that require time to fully unfold. You are no longer rushing everything to happen immediately, because you are beginning to understand that timing plays an important role. What is meant for you is not delayed without reason, and what is ready will come at the right moment. This patience is not about waiting without purpose, but about trusting that what is unfolding is happening in the right way. When you carry this understanding, you will not feel restless or discouraged when something takes time. Why are thousands suddenly becoming financially free? Because they discovered a 9-word wealth password hidden in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected money, cleared debts, and new opportunities. Some say the results feel almost divine. Scientists confirm it activates a powerful, ancient part of your brain linked to wealth and abundance. But now that it's leaked, it won't stay available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. At the same time, you will begin to recognize that your actions carry more intention than before. You are no longer moving without direction, because you are becoming more aware of what matters. Each decision you make is now connected to where you are going, and this brings a sense of purpose into everything you do. This is how you begin to live with clarity, because you are no longer reacting to everything around you. Instead, you are choosing your steps with awareness and confidence. You may also see that certain patterns that once repeated in your life are no longer returning, and this is a sign of growth. What once felt like a cycle you could not break has now lost its hold because you are no longer the same. You have gained understanding that allows you to move differently, and that difference is creating new outcomes. This is how change becomes real, not just through external circumstances, but through the way you respond to them. When you change your response, you change your path. Type 999 to receive strength. There will be moments where you feel a strong sense of direction that guides you towards something new, and that direction will not feel forced or confusing. It will come with a quiet confidence that encourages you to move forward without hesitation. Even if you do not see the full picture, you will feel enough clarity to take the next step. This is how I lead you, not by revealing everything at once, but by guiding you one step at a time. When you trust that process, you will not feel lost, even when everything is not fully visible. You will also begin to notice that your environment is reflecting the changes happening within you. As you grow, what surrounds you will begin to align with that growth, and you will see shifts that support your direction. This may come in the form of new opportunities, new connections, or new paths that open without struggle. These are not random changes, but part of how I bring alignment into your life. When you stay open to them, you allow what is meant for you to come into place naturally. There is also a sense of renewal continuing to move through your life, and it will bring a fresh perspective into areas that once felt heavy. What once felt difficult will begin to feel lighter, not because it disappears, but because you are no longer carrying it in the same way. This renewal is part of how I prepare you to step into what is ahead without being weighed down. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for what is meant to grow. This is how you move forward with ease instead of resistance. As you continue, you will find that your trust becomes stronger, not because everything is perfect, but because you have seen enough to know that you are being guided. This trust will carry you through moments where you do not have every answer, because you will rely on what you have already experienced. You are not starting from nothing, because you have already been through a process that has prepared you. When you remember that, you will not feel uncertain about what comes next. Stay present in this moment, because this is where your strength continues to build and where your path continues to unfold. Do not let your mind drift into what has already passed or what has not yet happened. Focus on what is in front of you, because that is where you are being guided. When you stay present, you will notice how each step becomes clearer and more certain. This is how you move forward with confidence, even when everything is not fully revealed. What is unfolding in your life is not something temporary, but something that continues to grow as you move forward. You do not need to fear losing it, because it is not something that can be easily taken away. I am establishing something within you that will remain and strengthen over time. What once required constant effort will begin to move with a sense of ease, and what once felt uncertain will begin to settle into clarity. This is not something you are imagining, because it is the result of everything that has been forming within you over time. When what is inside you becomes aligned, what is around you begins to reflect that alignment. There is a deeper sense of authority growing within you, and it is not something loud or forceful, but something steady and grounded. You will begin to carry yourself differently, even in situations where you once felt unsure. This is not about controlling everything around you, but about being secure in who you are becoming. When you stand in that place, you no longer shrink in moments where you are meant to step forward. This is how you begin to walk in what has always been yours without hesitation. You will also begin to notice that your decisions come with greater clarity and less confusion. Where you once felt pulled in multiple directions, you will now feel a stronger sense of focus guiding you forward. This focus is not something you need to force. because it will come naturally as you remain aligned with what I am doing in your life. When you follow that focus, you will begin to see how everything starts to connect in a way that makes sense. This is how your path becomes clear, not all at once, but step by step. Type 666 if you are ready to move forward. There is also a shift happening in how you value your time and your energy, and this will begin to influence the choices you make. You will no longer feel comfortable giving your energy to things that do not support your growth or your direction. This is not something you need to explain to others, because it is a natural result of your awareness changing. When you protect your energy, you create space for what truly matters to grow in your life. This is how you begin to live with intention, instead of reacting to everything around you. You may also notice that certain doors begin to open without the same resistance you once experienced. Opportunities will appear that align with who you are becoming, and you will recognize them without confusion. These are not random events, but moments that have been positioned for you to step into. When you see them, do not hesitate or doubt yourself, because they are part of what has been prepared for you. Trust that I am guiding you into these opportunities with purpose. Why are over 19,547 people suddenly attracting unexpected wealth? Because they started using a strange 9-word password discovered in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. This password was quietly used by elites until a neuroscientist leaked it. Now it's spreading fast and could be taken down any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. At the same time, there will be moments where you are asked to let go of what no longer fits, even if it once felt important. This is not about loss, but about making space for what is meant to take its place. Holding on to what no longer aligns will only create resistance, and it will slow the movement that is happening in your life. When you release it, you allow what is meant for you to come in fully. This is how you move forward without carrying unnecessary weight. Type 111 to claim what is yours. There is also a growing sense of confidence that will begin to guide how you move through situations that once felt challenging. You will no longer feel the need to second-guess every step, because you will trust what is being placed within you. This confidence is not something you need to prove to others, because it comes from knowing that you are being guided. When you move with that understanding, you begin to walk in a way that reflects your growth. This is how you step into a life that feels steady and aligned. You will also begin to see how your past experiences are no longer holding you back in the same way. Instead of feeling limited by what has happened, you will begin to see how it has shaped you into someone who is ready for what is ahead. Nothing you went through was wasted, because it has all contributed to who you are now. When you understand this, you stop looking back with regret and start moving forward with confidence. This is how you leave the past behind without carrying its weight. As you continue, you will notice that your awareness becomes sharper, allowing you to recognize what is right for you more quickly. You will not need constant confirmation from others, because you will feel a sense of knowing within you. This is how you begin to trust yourself in a deeper way, because you understand that you are being guided. When you follow that guidance, you move forward without confusion. This is how your path continues to unfold with clarity. There is also a sense of peace that will remain with you, even when everything around you is still in motion. This peace is not dependent on everything being perfect, but on knowing that you are not alone in what you are walking through. When you carry this peace, you respond differently to situations, and you move with a calm strength that keeps you steady. This is how you remain grounded, even when things are changing around you. Peace becomes your anchor, not your surroundings. Stay present in this moment as you continue forward, because this is where everything is taking shape for you. Do not allow your mind to drift into worry about what has not happened yet or what has already passed. Focus on what is in front of you, because that is where you are being guided. When you stay present, you will notice how each step becomes clearer and more certain. This is how you move forward with confidence, even when you do not have every answer. You are now standing at a point where everything I have been preparing within you is ready to be lived out in a way that is visible and undeniable. This is not a quiet shift anymore that only you can feel, but something that will begin to show itself in how your life unfolds from here. What I placed inside you is no longer waiting to be activated, because it is already moving and already shaping what comes next. You may still feel moments of disbelief, but those moments will fade as you begin to see the evidence appear around you. When what is within you begins to meet what is around you, you will understand that this is real and not something that will pass. There is a level of clarity that is becoming stronger with each step you take, and this clarity will guide you even when situations are still forming. You will not feel lost in the same way, because you will sense direction even before everything becomes fully visible. This is how I lead you forward, not by revealing everything at once, but by giving you enough to move with confidence. When you trust what you are being shown, you will not feel the need to hesitate or delay. Each step will confirm the last, and each moment will bring a deeper understanding of where you are going. You will also notice that your ability to remain steady in uncertain moments is growing, and this is part of the strength I have been building within you. What once caused you to pause will no longer hold you back, because you are not approaching it from the same place. You are no longer reacting from fear, but responding with awareness and trust. This change in how you respond is what allows your path to continue unfolding without interruption. When you remain steady, you allow what is meant for you to reach you without resistance. Type 1313 to stay focused. There is also a deeper sense of ownership rising within you, and it will change how you approach what is being placed before you. You will no longer feel like you are waiting for permission to step into what is yours, because you will recognize that it already belongs to you. This shift is important, because it removes the hesitation that once kept you from moving forward. When you understand that what is in front of you is meant for you, you step into it with confidence instead of doubt. This is how you begin to live in alignment with what has always been prepared for you. At the same time, you will begin to recognize that not everything will require the same level of effort as before. There will be areas where things begin to flow more naturally, and this is a sign that you are aligned with what is meant for you. This does not mean you will not work or grow, but it means you will no longer feel like you are forcing something that does not fit. When you move in alignment, effort becomes purposeful instead of exhausting. This is how you begin to experience progress without the same struggle you once faced. Can 9 simple words really change your financial life? More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. Brain experts were shocked when they discovered this password works up to 20x faster than the law of attraction. People are repeating it daily and watching money flow like water into their lives. Some even believe the results are so powerful it feels divine. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You may also begin to notice that certain fears that once held you back are losing their influence over you. What once felt overwhelming will begin to feel manageable because you are no longer giving it the same power. This is not because those fears have disappeared completely, but because you have grown beyond them. When you understand this, you will no longer allow fear to dictate your choices. Instead, you will move forward with a sense of calm that comes from knowing you are being guided. Type 1414 to receive clarity. There is also a deeper connection forming between your actions and your purpose, and this will bring a sense of fulfillment into your life. You will no longer feel like you are moving without direction, because everything you do will begin to feel connected to something meaningful. This is how you step into a life that feels intentional and guided. When your actions align with your purpose, you no longer feel lost or uncertain. Instead, you feel grounded and aware of where you are going. You will also begin to see how your environment reflects the changes happening within you, and this will confirm that you are on the right path. New opportunities will appear, new connections will form, and new directions will open in ways that feel natural. These changes are not random, but part of how I bring alignment into your life. When you stay open to them, you allow what is meant for you to come into place without resistance. This is how your path continues to unfold in a way that feels steady and clear. As you continue forward, you will notice that your trust is becoming stronger with each experience. You will not need constant reassurance, because you will see enough to know that you are being guided. This trust will carry you through moments where you do not have every answer, because you will rely on what you have already experienced. When you trust in this way, you move forward without hesitation. This is how you step into what is ahead with confidence. There will also be moments where you reflect on everything that has led you to this point, and you will begin to understand how each part of your journey was connected. What once seemed unrelated will begin to make sense, and you will see how everything has been leading you here. This understanding will bring a sense of peace, because it will show you that nothing was wasted. Every experience has played a role in preparing you for this moment.